Yo, it's your boy Dave East, man.
This is Karen Civil.
Literally speaking.
In Philly.
Highest podcast in Philly, man.
You know, they the Lit Kings.
Shout out to my niggas literally speaking out of Philly. These niggas some young balls on the come up. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Dawn J. Hawkins, aka Raina St. Patrick from Power.
Yeah. Lit Kings in the building, baby. Shout out Lit Kings.
Quincy Harris, media expert. Literally speaking, I'm speaking. You need to check out the podcast, man.
Let's give a shout out to the Lit Kings podcast. It's these three.
The hottest podcast, Lit Kings, you feel me?
Swallow 267. I'm standing right here with Literally Speaking, man. The Lit Kings, these young cats, everywhere I go, they there, man. They doing their thing. I'm Wallow 267 once again, Lit Kings, and it's just like that.
Ooh, bar film chat.
Thank you to the boy.
Hey, free the jab, we free the slides, nigga. All these niggas selling pounds, we all shoes, ain't no drivers, nigga. Bop, dumbass nigga should've played it smart. Bounce out on that block, he trippin' fall, that's our favorite part. That be all she wrote, standing clip that boy joke. Big ass 30 in this 40, nigga, I'm outside the coat. You ain't got no money or no rack, you not supposed to this. He can't show me $500, that nigga broke the shit. You ain't finna shoot that fucking gun, niggas sell that shit. My little cousin on the fucking run, cause niggas tellin' shit. Niggas ratting on us, we still got them ratchets on us. Bitch, them JOGs cold as fuck, put some jackets on us. Bitch, I'm EBK, ain't got no friends, I don't feel people. I don't wanna be no fucking goat, they don't kill people. They don't chase shit, he ain't duck his face hit. My little brother never bore no gun, bitch, he take shit. Nah, I said I can shoot her, hold on. Yeah, nah, I said I can shoot or drive. We get niggas suicide. Is you jump out gang or you not? Bitches do or die. Is you jump out gang or you not? Bitches do or die. Jump out bang, jump out. Hey, jump out bang, jump out. Ain't no way they posting up. They know we coming through that shit. I don't give a fuck about no 10. I'm shooting through that bitch. I'm shooting through the roof. Bitch, the motto, jump out, shoot. Why y'all never paid for none of them guns? Cause we fucking loot. Cause we fucking take. Oven on that young boy bake. Bitch, I don't leave. Dumbass niggas should've played it smart. Bounce out on that block. Oh, that's our favorite part. That be all she wrote.
Episode 233. The Lit King is in the building.
He can't show me $500. That nigga broke the shit.
That's something on the board. It's okay. Listen, man, Lit Kings is in the building. Lit Kings are in the building. Well, Lit King. You know, this is going to be a very, very much different episode, different approach, as they will have it. Not used to both of my guys not being here. And as for filling, you know, listen, our very esteemed cameraman has chosen to volunteer his services to not only be the guy working everything from the cameras to the board to the sound to the placement, but he says, you know what, I'm gonna lend my ears and my vocals today. You know what I mean? I have my ears to the streets, so I'm just gonna lend some of my thoughts on some of the topic and subject matter that we're going to be going through on today. So y'all in for a packful episode. You know what I mean? You know, without further ado, you know what I mean, let them know who you are.
What's going on, everyone? Name's Mike. I am the infamous cameraman who sits in the back, but, you know, for this episode, we're sitting up front. We want to get it going.
All right. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy in the back. What's your name? Rel. Shout out to Rel in the back. He holding it down. He's doing what Mike will usually do, but Mike is doing kind of both. You know what I mean? But I'm your guy that stay fly. That's fly with two eyes. I'm still that guy. Macaulay Culkin, back in the building, stay in the building. Always in the building. You know what I mean? Me and the janitor, you know what I mean? We got some things in common, you know? You know, we be sweeping shit up. You know what I mean?
Okay, you came out hot with that one.
Yeah, we be sweeping
that was
shit
kind
up.
of crazy.
Yeah,
I kind of like. I like that one.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I might need some claps for that one. I might need some claps. I might need some claps. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Yeah, I mean, shout out to my guys that aren't here. Shout out to Bam. Shout out to Boosie. They had some things going on that they couldn't be in the building today. I think they tore their ACLs, both slipping, going ice skating, unfortunately, or whatever. Nah, them niggas is off, you know what I mean? Vacation, spending some time off. Sometimes you got to do some self-care, you know what I mean? But they'll be back. Ain't going to be too long. But you know what? They letting the inmate run the facility today. And then we going to be in for a pack for one, man. Hey, Mike, man, how you feeling? How you feel?
First off, why you breathing into the mic like that? That was kind of crazy. You said breathe? You breathe into the mic like crazy right now. What's going on?
Breathe. I mean, had to
That's wild. Breathe into the mic. That hot breath in the mic is wild, dude.
Yeah. Had to let the people know I'm here.
Oh, that's different. Okay, that's different.
I'm Batman.
Nah, but I'm cool. Happy Mother's Day. Okay. Because it is Mother's Day.
This is true. This is true. By the time they hear this episode, it won't be, but it's okay.
But you know what? We still got to say something.
Shout out to the mothers.
To all the moms out there. We got to say something.
I mean, I always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. You know what I mean? Y'all too young to know about that song, man.
Okay. All right.
The Intruders. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. Let's just make random drops. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's when they name groups after, like, criminal activities, like, you know what I'm saying? That group was called the Intruders. Like, I mean, I don't think you could get away with naming a boy band the Intruders in today's time. Like, the Intruders.
You a little sus.
Yeah, it sounds a little crazy.
Sounds a little sus.
Sounds like you're trying to catch a case. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
It's like it's like naming a group called the Ricos. You know what I'm saying? like
the
what?
Ricos.
The Ricos.
Oh my gosh.
But man, I'm feeling good, feeling great. This is uncharted territory for me, you know what I'm saying? So, forgive me for not maybe giving y'all some of the same things that some of my compadres would normally give y'all, or whatever the case may be. But, listen, we going to hold it down. I'm going to do my best today, you know what I mean? But we going to still deliver a show for you guys, because at the end of the day, the show must go on. A lot of things happen, and we gonna get to it. Without further ado, want to shine a light on this young director, who has been just making his bones in the game right now. It was actually a shock to me to find out that this is only his fifth studio production movie that he put out so far, and his resume is like extraordinary for this to be only his fifth movie. But over the past week,
fourth movie. I'm sorry, I jump in there. This is his fourth movie.
It's fourth?
Should be his fourth, yeah.
I mean,
maybe his fifth. Maybe it's. We'll
that's what I was saying. Like, that's what I was saying.
It might be his fifth.
Yeah, when one of the interviews I was just watching, it was saying it was his fifth studio produced movie. Hey, we can go through what we're talking about. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler just released Sinners. Sinners is going into its second week, and one big up this movie for black excellence. Young black director, making his bones in the game, getting opportunities that a lot of directors, especially with his youthful age, don't usually get. And I think it's just a testament to, even though this is his fifth movie, that just the attention to detail and how much he puts, how much effort he puts into his films. And Sinners is an original piece. Has been a box office smash hit. Was the number one movie last week, but of course when Marvel steps into the game, you kind of got to take a back seat, but it didn't take a bad back seat. From the reports, it only took a 6% drop off in viewership, which generally movies after the first weekend take anywhere from a 30 to 60% drop off.
Yep.
This is a big testament to this movie, the word of mouth, how it spreads, saying, hey, people telling you, hey, go see this movie, go see this movie, go see this movie, go see this movie. And even people who have bootlegged the movie said, look, fuck it, I'm still going to the theaters to go see this goddamn movie. Like, I mean, shout out to my Fire Stick.
Do they still bootleg?
It's not bootleg in the sense of how we think.
Okay. My dad be doing like all these Amazon sticks now. You know what I'm saying?
The Fire Stick.
Yeah, the Fire Stick joint.
Yeah, jailbreak it. You know what I mean? Shout out to YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, hey.
But, you know, you look up a certain thing or whatever the case may be, they might tell you how to do a thing or two, steps here and there that you got to take.
Yeah.
Download some apps. You get those apps and you then proceed to watch whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes you can watch shit while it's still in theaters, and it's pretty much clear. Like, it is pretty decently clear. Like, you know what I mean? I seen the last Captain America like that, but you know, I still went to go see it in theaters. I paid. You know what I mean? I had to see Black Cat.
Of course.
Had to see Black Cat in action or whatever. But you know, for the parts that I missed, you know, had a clear version right up on the stick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Sinners is one of those is definitely one of those ones that is a shockingly standalone movie that for something that is not backed by like a major entity like a Marvel. You know, with that engine, like, you know, Thunderbolts, actually went to go see both. I seen Thunderbolts and I seen Sinners. And even leaving out of Sinners, I'm like, this was 10 times better than Thunderbolts. And I'm not even gonna lie, they did their thing with Thunderbolts too. Thunderbolts actually was shockingly also a good acted out movie. Okay. Like, but it still as for somebody who's heavily into the superhero genre, a lot of cliches.
Okay.
It was a very much a cliche movie. But Sinners was a breath of fresh air. Like, sometimes when you just need that fresh concept, something new, something different, even though it's based on certain things that, like, okay, like, you know, I was actually shocked to see that it was about vampires. So I was going in this kind of like blind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sinners doesn't have, to my knowledge, doesn't have like a book or anything like that could kind of like give you the history of like what the movie was going to be intended to be about or anything like that. I mean, only thing you had to go off of is some of the like folk lore history on some of the things that it was about, far as the ancestry stuff or whatever. You know, some of the spirituality that's being presented in there. Just off of firsthand, you know, just some of your thoughts on the movie. I know you were one of the ones that was definitely giving this movie its flowers, its praises, and even, you know, went for a second time to go see it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Sinners was a great movie. This is all like an original script writing. This is an entirely original film from Ryan Coogler. And the fact that he's going to be able to not only own the movie in 25 years, but he's getting residuals now based on box office sales. And
that's good to know.
This is literally generational wealth that he's making right now.
That's awesome.
He did something like $2 billion for Marvel when he did Black Panther.
Right.
For both movies, I believe.
Okay.
So giving him this ability to make his own generational wealth, I think is like amazing, and you don't see that often inside the film community whatsoever. So this is just really cool.
That's awesome. That's That's actually some bones that I didn't even know, but I'm just ecstatic for him. Period. I'm actually just to give my first impressions of the movie, whatever the case. Besides some of the stuff that I already said, it's just that it was just phenomenally. I feel like it was phenomenally written, phenomenally acted out. And anybody who knows me knows that I am one of the harshest critics when it comes to Michael B. Jordan.
Wait, what? You don't like Michael B. Jordan?
It's not that I don't like Michael B. Jordan, but it's much like, and I know you found this out the other day when we had our discussion over the phone, but it's like, it's not that I don't like him. It's just that, like, it's like, to me, it's like that Lil Wayne effect. Like, granted, Lil Wayne was great.
Gosh.
Lil Wayne is great. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me tell you where I'm going.
Okay.
So when Lil Wayne first threw his hat in the ring to tell everybody he's the greatest rapper alive, I wasn't sold on it because I'm like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now think about this, right? We go back to like the 106 and Park days and all that good stuff like that. Like, you're not used to a rapper from the South throwing his hat in the ring when the game has been dominated by Northern rappers for so long, especially New Yorkers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can argue whether if it's Jay-Z, Nas. You could have argued, you go back as far as Biggie, Tupac, different things like that. And it's just that, like, Southern rappers have always been around and throughout those generations, but never nobody to sit there and really throw their hat in the ring to say, hey, I'm the best. And once he did that, people really kind of like, you know what? He is the fucking best. And I'm like, no. No fucking way. No fucking way. He's good. He's good. Borderline great at this time.
Okay.
Because you got to think this is Young Wayne. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? This is Young Wayne.
Okay.
So borderline great at this time. And it's like, nah. I feel like, I need to see more.
Carter 3?
Okay, I said.
Oh my God.
I said I felt like I needed to see more.
Wow. Okay.
So Carter 3, yes, Carter 3, which is probably will go down as probably one of the greatest albums from him out of his discography or whatever. And definitely probably a top 10 greatest hip hop album of all time. I mean, I'm very careful to say top 5 at this current moment without having certain albums fresh on my brain. But so you could definitely say without a shadow of a doubt, Carter 3 is definitely a top 10 hip hop album of all time.
Okay.
But like I said, it was just that instant gratification, you know what I mean, without going too far on a tangent. It was just the instant gratification, whereas though, soon as he did Black Panther, it seemed like people was like, oh my God, he's the greatest actor. I'm like, that? I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I wasn't sold on Black Panther as my guy being like, oh, all of a sudden, let's give this nigga an Oscar. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's give this nigga an Oscar.
So
like,
you didn't like Michael B. Jordan's representation of Killmonger?
No. No.
Me personally, I thought his adaptation of Killmonger was probably one of the best adaptations I've seen inside of Marvel's universe in general.
For a what? For a villain?
For a villain. Well, I wouldn't call him a villain. He's like an
anti-hero?
Not an anti-hero, an anti-villain, where he's not necessarily doing wrong, but he is kind of breaking down and he's breaking something down to get something else in return.
So, okay.
I wouldn't call him a hero because he wasn't doing it in the benefit of for anyone. It was really the benefit him and everyone else. It wasn't like good behind it. He just like, what's mine is mine too.
Right. I should basically, I feel like he had hero intentions when you think about it, because it's more so like knowing that, hey, I'm from this great country that has all these resources when I lived out here and also toured from the scars on my body, showing that I've toured places and showing that, like, yo, there's black people or basically skin folk, to say the least, that's out here struggling, hungry, going through different
Oh,
things.
wait. The tattoos that he had, those little
Yeah,
dots.
those were supposed to be from kills.
Yeah.
But his whole breakdown was talking about something. I've traveled the world, you know, and I've seen all this death. That shit was so fucking weak, bro. But
What the heck?
He
Okay.
didn't sell me on it,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
Now if this was fucking a Tyler Perry joint, cool. If this was if this was fucking Broadway on stage, cool. His acting was fucking phenomenal for that element. But for a movie and you're trying to sell me as this big bad, fuck no. Fuck no. That shit, yo, bro.
Man, that's okay.
Bro,
that's a real hot take there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just wasn't it. Like he didn't sell me on it, and to me, like,
so
he just wasn't intimidating enough.
So
neither.
what you're telling me right now, what you're telling me right now is that Michael B. Jordan acted a lot better inside of Sinners versus Black Panther.
By far, this is his best acting to date. The best acting that he has put on film to date is this Sinners movie. I cannot complain. I can't point out a flaw. I can't do none of this stuff. Also, and he did so good. It intrigued me to even learn about him even more. And come to find out, even though I've been this harsh on the kid, he's not he didn't go to like these acting schools or anything like that. So a lot of the stuff he's doing is straight raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's somebody that doesn't come from like a real acting background. He got into acting real young and different. Yeah, right. Nah, yo, for him to pull off being twins, he definitely sold me on the two different personalities of these twins or whatever the case may be. One being more stern, more like, or more strict, more like bullheaded. The other one being more lackadaisical, relaxed, the fun, chill guy, the one that you might spark a badoobie with, versus the other one is like, hey, like, yo, you shouldn't do that, like X, Y, and Z, like everything has to be organizationally to the point, everything like that. So, yeah, man, he did an awesome job. Yeah, I mean, shout out to him and Ryan Coogler for one hell of a performance, one hell of a production.
Yeah, I would agree. This is by far one of my favorite black films that I've seen so far. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad that you said that when you say black film. I think him and Jordan Peele actually has now put two different movies in what you could say is a black classic that is by far something totally different. And I mean, like, the horror genre is something that we don't really like divvy into, and they didn't make it in its typical fashion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to like, oh, like, don't go behind there, like, something comes out, like, whatever, like that. People go get killed or whatever, like that. But these things they're layered. They have different meanings to them, different things like that. And the scariness is all built up into, like, just the characters themselves versus them having to rely on, like, oh, they open up a door and then the scary person comes out, whatever the case.
I think what I appreciate the most about seeing black horror films is that we don't die first and foremost. we always the first ones to die, and kind of seeing we live longer and there's a backstory to us, I think is great, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can count on, that at least the black guy is definitely gonna last to the end of the movie.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Watch Sinners, because technically, we know.
I mean, yeah,
but
know.
I ain't gonna give too many spoilers for some of the supporters out there who haven't seen it. But as we go through the black archives or whatever like that, you got films such as Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go into the and that's some of the, like, I guess what you could say, those are like crime dramas or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Then you got your Fridays, your different ones like that. Whereas your barbershops, whereas though now they're more so your comedic, and to now step into this one, and it's also not just what you consider a horror film; it's a culture film. It's like major.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not. So when I was reading about how it's categorized, it's categorized as a thriller horror. So there's horror elements, but it's more of a thriller movie than anything.
Her. Yeah, but I mean, I understand probably how it's like listed, but I'm just thinking about like what it means to the culture and how how the culture basically makes a movie a classic.
Yeah.
To my understanding, trying to think, I can't think of it off the top, but I think Friday was one of those movies that didn't do well necessarily in the box office.
Right.
But it's a movie that became a classic later on. But there's plenty of movies that we have made classic movies that didn't do well initially, but once we caught on to it, it's like, oh shit, no, we stamping this. This is a fucking classic. You can't talk shit about this movie. This is a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, i.e. Black Panther, even though it's a Marvel movie, you know what I'm saying? The culture is fighting for that.
Man, because there was so much culture put into it in the begin with. There was so much there, and same as Sinners, there was so much of the Southern culture put into this movie, so that, I mean, historically, it's accurate.
Heard, man. But listen, man, if y'all haven't got out to see Sinners, make sure you go out there, support those black actors, directors, executive producers, screenwrites, set coordinators, everybody that played a part in it. I mean, some of the people who I've seen in the credits or whatever like that, I don't know, but I seen somebody else who was a Coogler, so I don't know whether if it was a wife or cousin or whatever the case may be. But I even see that he has his family working on set. So yeah. Shout out to hey, like, me not being the only one. Like, you know what I mean? When I'm up, I'm pulling somebody up with me, but you're not just getting a handout. Your ass got to work.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So shout out to Famo being in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking more about, the black culture and black excellence, talk to me about the Met Gala, man.
That's just what I was getting into.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man. I might almost even have to pour up again for that.
Oh my gosh! So
the Met Gala is well, one. Now forgive me, because this was the one thing I was supposed to do my homework on, and I forgot to do my Googles prior to this. If you know it, cool. If not, it's fine too, because nobody seems to fucking know anyway. What is the Met Gala supposed to be for? What is the idea of it? What is their attempt outside of it being just a glorified fashion show?
I mean, so to my understanding of what the Met Gala is a large fundraiser to help put money back into the theaters in Rome. That's my understanding of it. It being a huge fashion show, I mean, that happened throughout the years, but it's a theater nonetheless. And I believe this year they raised somewhere around $31 million this year.
Yep, $31 million.
And the theme this year was Black Dandies. That was the theme. So,
and enlighten me to what
again,
what that is.
Black dandyism is pretty much what we see in, wow, I'm going to say this, it's going to sound crazy, but what we saw in older times, how our grandparents or great-grandparents kind of dressed up a certain way in their suits and their prestigious looks. It's a form of dandyism, you know, dressing well and looking good. I know there's like a legitimate definition.
No. I get, yeah. I get you. You know what I mean? Put Mike on spot because you know, we don't want to get our peanut butters mixed up this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? That really grounded your fucking gears.
No, it did. Listen, it did. Get the history right.
Heard. But yeah, I mean, shout out to the people who showed up to the Met Gala. Nonetheless, it was an event that the culture showed up and showed out. But some people had some looks that we could say were very challenging, to say the least. Some things that caught us maybe off guard a little bit. But it also was an event that I can say is not just entertainers, but athletes, different ones that are invited out, right. And they kind of put on their best foot to try to, I guess, shed some light. Let's look at some of these outfits. And
while you're pulling that up, I just want to say one thing. I feel like a lot of the shorties there dressed like pimps all night long, in my opinion.
It was black dandyism, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because when I seen that too, and I was like, okay, maybe the women were going harder than the guys. I'm telling you that right now. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if the women were going harder. I think the women just look more masculine than the guys, in my opinion.
Whoa, listen, I ain't saying.
He said, "Whoa." I'm just saying.
But Mike did.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I didn't say
the women came out and showed out, and the dudes are kind of like, "What you got on again? Huh?
Yeah,
you wearing what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did that. I noticed some things, but we're gonna start off and get some looks. First look we're gonna go with is none other than Janelle Monáe, who was in a very cartoonish, sketched out suit. There was a reveal that was under the suit, which was a two-tone red and black, white collaboration. What set hers off, besides those big-ass shoulder pads, was the monocle.
Yeah.
The monocle was fly as fuck.
And it was a working clock.
It was a working
clock.
I wonder, now the crazy part is about something like that, if somebody asked her the time and she still pulled out her phone.
Wait, what?
You know that's what we do. Like, you know what I mean?
My. No, she didn't.
I'm just saying, that's what we do. Like, bro, as all the different watches I wear, if somebody asks me time right now, I'm doing this, okay? Like, I'm not even.
It's literally in her eye. You don't want to look at her and tell time?
What time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah, see, so, yeah, that's the only thing, you know what I mean? But that was dope. It looked like it was attached to her hat. Yeah, man, listen, it was a dope look. It was a dope look, you know. Got people like Cardi B that came in something very like simple, you know what I mean? Actually a toned down look.
Very toned down.
I would say for somebody of Cardi B's stature.
It looks super modest.
Definitely modest.
Yeah.
A cool look. Looks like the Grinch that stole Cardi. But you know
Yo, you just call her the Grinch?
I mean, it's giving Grinch.
Was it green suede?
Yeah, it's like
the Grinch is crazy. That's crazy.
The
Grinch is crazy. Her hair is wild. I love her hair.
Maybe it's because you know the Stephon Diggs thing. She felt like, hey, since he was running in it, like he was running on the field, won't I just act like I'm the grass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, it's just
that's crazy.
You know
that's crazy.
Maybe he was scoring touchdowns on that Uchi Wally. Yeah. Nicki Minaj is giving very much who is that? I want to say Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know, something.
Black Swan.
yeah.
Black Swan.
Like 100. What was that? Cruella de Vil from the Dalmatians.
Hey yo.
It's I don't know.
Maleficent.
This is what goes into what you were talking about. Again, we see A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, who appears to also be showing a little baby bump.
Yeah, I heard she was pregnant again. I heard
showing a little bit. That's the masculinity that you were talking about.
I like their situation, but like, I'm not gonna hold you. It look like Rihanna run that joint. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she probably does. I mean,
Rihanna run that joint. I mean, it's just, you can just see how she's standing. She run that joint.
Like Rihanna grossly out earns A$AP Rocky.
Does that matter? What? How does that matter? Does that matter?
It's 2025, sir. Yeah.
We're all equal.
Okay. If our paychecks don't match, we don't. We're not equal. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I mean, she clearly wears the pants in that relationship. I can really see, like, yo, if we ever was to get invited over to the house, like A$AP Rocky's in the kitchen with an apron, cooking type shit. like
you just called him a housewife. He stay at home. Yo, A$AP Rocky stay at home dad. That's crazy.
Yo, man. Yo, shout out to all my house husbands out there. You know what I'm saying?
God.
Listen, I'm trying to be one. Like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Yo, baby. You know, keep doing your thing, girl.
Yo, Gunna trying to be a stay-at-home dad. That's crazy.
I'm trying to be a stay-at-home dad. You hear me? Yeah, I mean,
you don't go out and make this money?
I'm trying to be well kept.
Oh, trying to be well kept. Oh my God.
Fuck. Trying to be well kept out this joint. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck.
Oh my God.
Here, you know? Another thing that was something that was like, I guess, a running theme, where is that some people were going out of their way to kind of hide their look and didn't want it to be disclosed until they got there.
Oh yeah, like they want that wow factor, that surprise
wow
factor.
Yeah, so Danzum Idris showed up as if he was Evel Knievel.
He was in a race jacket. What you mean?
He was in a whole race car suit with the helmet.
Yeah,
bro.
But he's also promoting the movie he's in too.
Okay, now make it make sense for me, because
what you mean? He's in a new movie. By the way, being produced all the way through Apple. Like, this is crazy to me. It's going to hit the theaters. It's made by Apple, straight up. But he came in promoting the movie, 100%. I thought it was tough. I loved his red suit. Loved it.
I'm just saying, yo, you hid behind all that to basically reveal that. That's what you revealed.
A clean red, like a crimson red suit. I ain't mad at that. He just said okay.
Okay. Okay. You know what I mean?
But yeah, he was in a race suit promoting the movie that he's in. It's coming out soon.
Some people don't need much to I guess to pull off certain looks. Damn, Idris is one of those guys who's has a certain level of flyness to him. You know what I mean? And when I say fly, I mean fly with two Y's. You know what I'm saying? A certain fly to them. Whereas though, like, they don't have to do much. It's like they are the look and they create the look. You know what I mean? So it's like somebody can wear the same suit and won't look as good.
See, that's not being fly. That's aura.
I was getting ready to say that's an aura thing.
That's an aura thing.
Well,
man.
You know what I mean? With aura comes flyness. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he just has aura. It's just like he's him.
I hear you. Yeah. So now I gotta call myself an aura gunner. Like, I mean, aura.
No. You see, you don't announce it. You just are it. No need to announce. You just
her. I mean, listen. You know what I mean? Before him was him, I was him. But yeah, I'm cool. I mean,
I'll be honest. I don't even think that was the craziest one. I think the craziest one was our man. What's his name? Oh my God, he walked in with the piano on his back.
Oh yeah. Andre 3K. We could get to him, but you also have Tiana Taylor. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. She's looking like a pimp from the Beethoven days.
A pimp from the Beethoven days.
Yeah.
My God.
A 1800s pimp. You know what I mean? This is her look was crazy. Her sideburns were like sideburning, like curled up and everything like that. Yeah, but let's get to the man of the evening, the man with all the keys, to say the least. Andre 3 Stacks, who came out not at least with a piano on his back, and my thing is this: why?
He's just trying to play, man. You know what I'm saying?
So I
He's
guess
just trying to play. He's just trying to play.
I guess you could say that was high key fashion.
High key. Wow.
That was high key fashion at his best.
High key fashion at his best. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? High key fashion. Okay.
Listen, I mean, was it A minor?
Whoa.
Hey, too soon. All right, too soon.
More like a C sharp.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean,
I just wonder how heavy it is. Like he looked hunched over for the period I saw him. He looked hunched over for the most part.
Well, first of all, we know it's not the size of we know it's not a normal piano. But from the side interviews he had, it was definitely very much playable. I don't think it was heavy to the extent of like, yo, I'm moving furniture in the house, because dude had to walk around with that. Clearly didn't sit next to no fucking body. It's no fucking way you could have. When like I said in the other interview, when they got a chance to zoom in, it wasn't just a basic one piece suit that he had on, but they had like these like metallic umbrellas or something like that.
Metallic umbrellas.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he
had what they call brooches on?
No, like it was like like wherever the one piece that he had on, it was like they were like stamped all over him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that must be some type of clothing brand or something of that nature.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That just sounds left. All right.
But I'm not gonna lie. Just the one piece by itself, that shit kind of dope. Shit kind of dope.
Would you wear it?
The one piece?
Would you wear one piece?
Yeah, I would.
You would wear a one piece like that?
I will wear a one piece, like, you know what I mean, just like that. Like, you know what I mean, like with the little metallic umbrellas and shit. Like, yeah, that shit was fly.
Okay.
That was fly.
Okay.
Now the fact that he wore a piano, my thing is this, like, whoever the fuck is sitting behind him is pissed the fuck off.
For the next 3 rows.
Right? Like, what the hell is going on? Now, you said earlier, he was promoting the album, so he's coming out with another album. So I guess
Yeah. The rumor has it that he's coming out with another album, so he's wearing a piano to promote the album. That's what I heard. That's what I read. If he's going to drop it, I don't know. Because when was the last time he dropped something?
What was it? I believe so. Last year
he dropped something last year. Was that the one with the
flutes?
Yeah, okay, that was last year. All right.
And this is when people like kind of like killed him going on what was it, the Roots picnic or somewhere. Yeah. And he went to go perform, and they thinking they about to hear "Hey Y'all" and all that shit. He came out there with a flute and harmonica and performed. Yo,
yeah,
that shit sound like a motherfucking Chinese buffet. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna hold you, people from Philly. Definitely wasn't ready for that.
Nah. That's not the Andre 3 Stacks I thought I was gonna get. Yeah. We just got Andre. He left the 3 Stacks at home.
Yeah,
like,
we just got Andre.
We just got Andre. That's about it. But yeah, man. Shout out to the Met Gala. Whatever their cause is, hopefully it's a good one. We'll look more into that. But hey, my thing is this: if you was ever invited to the Met Gala, would you keep it basic, or would you feel the need to go all out, considering how reputation has preceded this event?
Yeah, I'm just wearing a suit. I'm not doing nothing extra. I'll probably have a camera strapped to me.
Oh, you're with a camera strap?
I'm with a camera strapped to me, man. I can't go nowhere without a camera. But like, if I'm ever invited to something like that,
the tripod gonna be on your back.
It just might be. It might be around me like a little joint. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But like, I ain't going out too much. I'm not like that.
You already know.
We know you wearing a one piece.
Yeah, fuck a one piece.
Oh,
you know. I'm gonna have to be stepping.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. If I'm invited to that motherfucker, like, listen, I don't know when the fuck I'm coming back.
Oh.
So I gotta make this impression a lasting impression. Like, so yeah, I would definitely be wearing some shit. Like, I don't know what, like, I might come in there with, like, you know what I mean, I don't know, moose knuckles on my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Moose knuckles is wild.
You know what I mean? A hat made out of beaver fur.
You're just killing a lot of animals. What's going on here?
Listen, listen, I'm gonna be a walking PETA like nightmare. Like PETA is gonna hate me. Like, it was like, yo, the animals it took to make this outfit, like, you know what I'm saying, and them shits is gonna be fresh. Like, I mean, blood might still be on it.
Dang.
All right,
Dang, man, yo,
my bad. Blood on the leaves.
There are no animals hurt in the making of this, but dang.
Well, listen, the animals might not get hurt, but you know what hurt me?
What?
As a Philadelphia native, man, and somebody who takes pride in their fashion, there's a clip going viral, man, of a gentleman who decided to do something fashionably different with a Timberland. And this has been coming across my timeline all week. I mean, the amount of stories that I was going through where people just had this posted up, it had everybody in the uproar, but it was the Timberland loafer.
Excuse me?
Yes, Timberland loafer, yo. If I could have some sound on the Bluetooth.
Yeah, hold on.
'97, I had these joints. And they tell me still look.
Yeah, main man talk about somehow he's been doing this since like 1972.
I've been doing this.
Like, listen, I don't know how long he's been doing it.
How you just gonna disrespect a piece of butters like that?
Oh my god,
dog!
6-inch premiums.
6-inch premiums. Wait, what?
Yeah, see. If you ever had to sell shoes, you would know.
Wait, what? What is that?
The original name for butters,
yeah,
are 6-inch premiums.
Oh,
that's really what they're called.
The
name of the shoe is really called 6-inch premiums.
Yo, okay. Learn
something
new.
Learn something
new. 6-inch premiums.
6-inch premiums. Google it while you at home, kids. You know, you'll see, and you're gonna be like thoroughly surprised that. Hold up. That's what butters are really called. So I had to learn that one time because I was trying to get a job at Foot Locker, and the guy basically set me up for failure. Said, "How would you sell me this boot right here?" Right. So I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? You know, I got gifted the gab. I'm like, yo, man, everybody need a pair of butters. Come on now, yo, listen. And now in the era that we in, they all year round. So right. You don't have to. It don't have to be necessarily a winter time for you to consider, hey, do I need a pair of butters? My thing is this, do you have a fresh pair? It's nice just to have them put up somewhere and where you don't have to wear them all the time. You know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, that's good. But see, the one thing you went wrong is that you called them butters. You know what I mean? If you want to sell to everybody, you got to know what they're properly called. And that's when I found out they were called 6-inch premiums.
Nah.
Fucked me up.
That's crazy.
Fucked me up, bro.
Sidebar: if you wearing butters in the middle of summer, I know your feet hot. Take them off.
Yo, man, listen, that's a Philly staple, man. Shout out to the niggas who wear butters with shorts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
They a different breed, yo. They a
different
breed.
fucking breed. Nigga. Back in my day, we used to wear them with capris. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Y'all different.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
Coming up, yo, the butters with the long capris.
These butter loaves or whatever.
The butter loaves.
The
Shaboots.
The Shaboots.
The Shaboots.
I'm not even gonna hold you. They look like them slippers that they used to wear in the 1600s, dog. Them long behind socks with them little cut behind shoes.
Banana boats.
Yeah, but yo.
Yep.
Fake Doc Martens. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I'm gonna just say this. Homie might be on to something.
Nah.
Homie might be on to something.
Nah.
Timberland might see that and might get curious. So don't be surprised. You see,
no, they just
if you see in production a year or two from now,
God,
a year or two from now, a fucking Timberland loafer, and it's gonna come from this viral moment right here, yo.
If I want a pair of Doc Martens, I'll just go buy them. That's what they look like.
I'm just saying,
some
but
some cut and half boots. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, man. Does Doc Martin make a loafer in a way like that?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Some other altered shoes, that has made their rounds, has been Jordans who have infamously always get altered with a heel of some sort. They've been turned into cowboy boots. Like, you know what I mean?
It's Jordan. No, it's Jordan. You know, the Jumpman is different. Like they.
So you cool with an altered Jordan?
I mean, more so, yeah. I am. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm okay. I'm okay with an altered Jordan. I'm just not cool with an altered, but like I'm not cool with altered Timbs. I'm not cool with that.
Nah, man.
Yo, yeah.
I think it's blasphemous for any of them to be altered. You know what I mean? I just seen some dude the other day with put pumps on Air Maxes the other day. Like, I mean,
didn't Reebok do that?
I don't know who the fuck did it, but whoever the fuck did it need to go to hell.
Had that. I think it was called the Reebok pumps.
Go to hell. Go to hell and go to hell by yourself.
Oh my God.
Like, go to hell by yourself.
So much anger. So much anger.
Yes, very much. Very much so.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, moving right along. Something that came across my timeline, in Philly news, which kind of like took it took me by surprise a little bit. But for those of you who don't know, that a lot of times police already have things that are like being tested out. May already had them, and we're just late to the party trying to figure out. And sometimes they got to go through council to get it like approved for usage and things of that nature. And one of the things that came across my timeline was this video of the police utilizing a drone. And in this usage of the drone, they spotted two young men who were smoking or rolling up weed. And when they caught those young men or came to talk to those young men, they actually found more than just the weed being rolled up.
Guys.
Police approach a picnic table at Ethel Jordan Park late Wednesday afternoon. The officers had been flying a drone to get their required time in the air.
You're 18. You're 18.
The drone, police say, picked up two individuals with illegal narcotics. For 4 to 5 minutes, the drone captured the suspicious activity before those officers approached.
The two suspects were initially uncooperative. They didn't want to provide their information, their names, dates of birth.
You have no weapons on you? No. All right, dude, do me a favor, just stand up right quick. You said the weed's in the bag? All right, man. Do you have your ID on you?
No, I don't got. He said the weed is on home.
Right now, I was watching you both roll it up.
This is the first time this ever.
You know what, dude? I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever seen somebody via drone rolling up blunts.
As an officer searched the bag, he finds more than drugs.
Suspect who possessed the gun was 17 years old.
Shots from overhead show the second suspect also being detained. As more teens rush to the scene, police then call.
What are you guys?
Police approach a picnic table at.
Yeah, man. Mixed emotions, but we have to talk about Philly news and the things that's going on in our city. One, this was supposed to be a test drone, right? Which means that, like, okay, that one, this is not their normal way of handling. They're going through their proper protocols of how they handle arrests and different things, how they go about their daily, police duties. And some of the comments which trigger me to want to talk about this even more, we're going off about the invasion of privacy and where we're at with that. And as somebody that comes from the organizing world, I know that some years ago, I've even had some of the people who I've led protests with testify for the police to not receive a $17+ million budget to receive extra equipment such as spyware that can be able to detect whether if you had guns on you, different things like that, facial recognition, software, whatever the case, that will already be attached to their car. So if you're somebody that maybe you're walking down the street, you have a warrant, but they don't know that, but they scanning your face and boom, you pop up in the system. Oh, you got a warrant. Now I'm stopping you. Now I'm messing up your whole day because, you know what I mean? Who knows? Like you've been living life clean for the past 7 years, and it's not your fault that you haven't gotten into no trouble to alert the police. But now because they got facial recognition, it's like, oh, now I could come fuck up your day or whatever. It's two sides to the coin to always look at it. I know a lot of people are going to look at it from a perspective of like, hey, well, if you've done wrong, you did wrong. Hey, you got time that you need to serve or whatever the case may be, and always on the way of doing right. If you already were doing right, you shouldn't have you wouldn't have to worry about it. But then there's also the people that's on the side of, listen, like this is an invasion of privacy. When do our rights come into effect to where as though, hey, like, you know what I mean, y'all shouldn't be able to have essentially like things that, aren't utilized for like if it's not being utilized directly for like criminal activity, like say you knew a crime happened in so said area or something like that. Now you're letting the drone go to maybe track where possibly, a suspect has left or something like that. If you're not using it in the act of something that is happening or whatever the case may be, or just like even one of the comments was saying, hey, find them missing kids. Okay, like, you know what I mean? If it's not being utilized in a way that is like literally directed to a crime that either has happened or that's in the process of happening, I think it's a slippery slope, man, because
I don't think it's that slippery. I mean, I understand that as a police officer, you're living a double life where it's like you have your own privacy, but as an officer, you have to kind of invade other people's privacy to do your job. And I think what tends to happen is that a lot of these police officers just lose they lose their hospitality in the long run because they're just so involved with everyone else's business. They don't care if they're, invading your space because they need to do their job. They need to end on their quota. And it sucks, It's a shame what happened to these young boys, but at the same time, they didn't really have they weren't doing the right thing either. You know? Yeah, I don't know. It kind of is a slippery slope, but at the same time, we just gotta walk around with common sense. Is this the right thing to have on me? Is this the right thing to be doing right now? Should I be out in public doing this nonsense? You know?
Well, as a wise philosopher named my grandma once told me, common sense ain't always too common. You know? Yeah, like you, just to kind of repeat some of your same sentiment, yeah, it sucks. But as somebody who I'm not gonna like overhype my life. They tell us, yo, throw the blunt away, whatever like that. Being young, too young, drinking 40s and stuff like that. They poured out our liquor bottles.
But in those moments, that's officers being people.
People, they're being vigilant in their job. But what I'm saying is, no drone was needed for them to come and do their job.
Again, we are in an age where technology is on the verge of taking our jobs, and we're trying to figure out different ways to use technology for our advances in our businesses. And one thing that I see all the time is surveillance, and that's where everyone's pushing right now, technology wise. So, I mean, it is a shame, but at the same time, we are missing police officers or people in law enforcement just being them, being people. Because they're so stuck up under these computers, they're so stuck up under these rules that they have to follow because of what quota they have to meet. And now we're introducing drones, so now they can just peer in our windows. Oh, you're doing the wrong thing. Step outside for me. Like, that's crazy.
Right, and I think that's also the fear of some of these people is that, with these drones, like how much of your privacy can be invaded. Like, you know what I mean? For instance, like, you know what I mean? Not for nothing, like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Listen, I like to get nasty. if I'm out,
We're gonna buy you a privacy screen for your door, dog.
Why? Why? And no, I'm talking about outside porch.
Yeah.
Talking about outside porch.
Yeah.
Patio.
Privacy screen.
Patio.
For your patio.
No, patio, and she's screaming out daddy-o. Okay? Nigga. So now you gonna so now what? So now what? They roll up mid-stroke?
I mean,
what I'm saying?
Homie, what the heck?
But that would have been no business of your own.
You want to take that inside? You in public space? That is my business.
I pay for my shit from the backyard to the pavement because you know what?
You don't own the grass.
Hold on. You fucking real if I don't. Yes, the fuck I do.
Oh my god.
Because look, check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the only thing you could sit here and say, now if I was on the sidewalk, you'll have somewhat of an argument. But this is the tricky thing with that. If I was on the sidewalk and I was doing the same thing, if I got her face down, ass up on the sidewalk, guess what? Then it becomes that slippery slope, like, oh well, the state this, state that. Everything is the state this until a motherfucker slips and fall.
Yo.
You
slipping on? What you slipping on?
You might be slipping on some shit. But no, let's just say it's wintertime. And let's say you just didn't do the most bang up shoveling job.
Okay.
Let's say you didn't do the most bang up shoveling job. Somebody slips and fall on your sidewalk or whatever like that. Guess what? That lawsuit don't go to the state. That shit go to you.
Yeah, take care of your property. Yeah.
Oh, now it's my property.
My God.
Oh, you see how quickly it became my property when
But
somebody
it's
slipped in?
different. It's different.
Oh, it's different.
We're
But so
talking
now
about-
when I
we're
want to have
talking-
somebody face
No,
down,
we're talking about public
it's not my-
safety over public
That's
indecency.
public safety. Like, come on now.
Public
Come on.
safety over public indecency.
I'm just saying, if it's mine, it's mine, right? I'm just saying.
Yo.
So that's an invasion of privacy, man. That's an invasion of privacy, man. That is definitely threatens an invasion of privacy. Now, my thing is this: can two things be right? Yes, because at the same time, I feel like them invading those young men's privacy, they possibly say what you will, they probably saved them young men's lives.
Absolutely.
Because who knows what type of shit they get into for one. Then played a full video, but a gun was found in this young man's bag.
Yeah.
Along with the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And who's to say what type of shit that they get into? Because we know, as they're called now today, we don't call them young bulls no more. We call them YNs. These young bulls that walk around probably musty as hell with the ski mask on all year round.
And we know they hot.
Know they hot.
We
know
they
sweat.
hot.
Know they
It's
sweat.
102 degrees out. You got a ski mask on. No,
And-
I'm cool, bro.
In a hoodie. In
You
a
hot.
hoodie. Like
You,
that.
you want some ice. You want cold water.
That'd be the crazy part. So, yeah, who knows what potential dangers they were saved from. And, you know, like I said, I'm not pro and I'm not completely con on this this whole new idea of policing. I just know that it is definitely something that is one of those things that, hey, like if it gets brought up in council for voting purposes, I'm not going to be completely against it, and I'm not going to be all the way for it, if that makes sense.
No,
I mean,
that makes complete sense. I think having our privacy, you know, is important. I will say this: public space is public space. You know, take that as you choose. You
Unless
can't.
I got my cheeks out.
Yo, you can't do everything in public. But there is a level of like personal space, personal privacy that we do need out in these streets. You know, it's important for cops to have good mannerisms and good etiquette.
Light of all this though, the Pennsylvania House passes bill in efforts to legalize recreational marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
Our behind the scenes cameraman saying yes.
Yes. I mean, hey, listen, you know, if weed was legal, they would have never found that gun.
What?
If weed was legal, they would have never found that gun, because it was like, it would have been just YNs rolling up. Now, maybe they would probably set up. Now, the only thing they probably would have been wrong at is that they would have guidelines of the parameters of where you can freely smoke at. Like, you shouldn't be smoking in Oak Park. Like, no, kids playing there, parents there, different things like that, younger kids. Smoking at a playground is just like asinine. Like, bro, we shouldn't do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but hey, any outside of yes, thoughts on possibly legalizing weed?
I mean, it's gonna sound funny, but I don't smoke.
Okay.
I don't smoke weed. So me personally, I don't particularly care for it. I think it stinks. It always makes my hair stink. So I'm not a huge fan of weed because I don't like the smell. But you know, do what you want in your own time. You know, just I don't want to be a part of it. I'm cool on it. But like if they legalize it, yeah, I do think, you know, let there be like a legal limit that someone can carry around on them. You know, but like don't let it be crazy. Like you got a pound on you. Like, your dog, what are you doing? Chill out. Please chill out.
Shame, just trying to make a major comeback. You know what I mean? But nah, I agree with that. I think it's kind of already at that point now where they kind of they already decriminalized it, whereas though like you can have up to about 28 grams on you. So to now it still has to go through its proper channels to still go through council to be like passed full on as a like, hey, we're full on now legalizing marijuana statewide.
Now I'm gonna jump in and say this one thing that I'm not a fan of. If they do legalize this, we're gonna see a bunch of CBD situations pop up everywhere. Those little stores, and they all gonna be ran by the white boys or whoever, and it's gonna come into our communities and like take over. And I've seen that happen in like LA. They're all over the place,
right?
And they're making money. And mind you, we were the ones selling it to begin with. You know, for like a dime, a nick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the people who shout out to the bulls who still selling Ace for $20. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they the ones that's making America really great out here. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Ace for $20 niggas.
Oh my gosh. No, but like I think that's a real problem because we were out here selling it on the streets, getting in trouble. They legalize this now the other people can jump in and really make a profit on it. So like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's no different than the mom and pop stores, like how you have now we call them the poppy stores.
Okay.
It went from mom and pops to poppy.
Poppy. Okay.
You know what I mean? So, okay. I mean, it's I hate to say it, but us as a community, I think we'd rather be the indulgers than the people who find ways to capitalize, right? We're never the ones who capitalize off of a situation because we're too busy indulging and being patriots of the situation. So it makes it very hard, like, because even now, as somebody who's a very proud gun owner, even now to get your marijuana card, even for medical reasons, you have to give up. Like, it's like they almost go through a forceful suspension of your gun license. So you can't do both. And hopefully with the legalization of it, maybe it changes that in some aspects. So people like myself who do want to capitalize off of it, hey, maybe I can go get a dispensary, distributors, license or whatever the case may be. So, hey, maybe I can legally sell weed now. Like, so, and still keep my pistol.
Here we go.
So,
here we go.
That's one of the things for me. Like,
that's real protect and serve.
That's real protect and serve, man. Real protect and serve. But I'm gonna champion a champion.
Okay.
Boosie ain't here for me to champion my guy. You know what I mean? But a guy that just seems to keep on winning, and the winning doesn't cease to stop.
Mm-hmm.
My guy Kendrick Lamar, man, has earned the highest grossing concert by a black man in history,
absolutely,
breaking The Weeknd's record.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Fire this man.
Man.
Thumbs down from behind the camera. Sorry,
man,
but
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's on the light skin side of things, so I can understand the frustration.
It's okay.
It's
all
all
right.
right.
You're a Drake fan. Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you know what I mean. I'm confused then.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay. He must be J. Cole, man.
No, I think Kendrick.
Yeah, we're gonna delete this later.
I think Kendrick's having a really amazing run right now. I mean, he's still kind of eating off of, the whole diss situation between him and Drake, and that catapulted him into doing a tour with SZA. So, he's making money right now.
Yeah,
he's making money.
He was just at the Link a few days ago.
Last Tuesday, something like that.
Yeah, it was just at the Link. He's doing the stadium tour right now with SZA. I mean, I think even without the diss helped that, but Kendrick, we can't sit here and act like Kendrick wasn't him already enough to do something like that. Previously holding the record.
Okay.
He held the record for one of the highest grossing tours prior to that. Then Drake broke it with touring with J. Cole, of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like then to break your own record again. That's why I was actually surprised when they said he broke the Weeknd's record. Because I guess I think one was by a rapper, or he broke a rapper's record, a rap record or a hip hop specific record. Now this is just music in general.
Yeah, he broke the pop. He broke the pop situation.
Okay, that makes so.
And listen, let's be very clear.
I don't even know what the numbers are exactly.
The Weeknd is selling like stadiums bigger than the Link, packed, gone, sold out, and that was going on with Kendrick. So, what's been going on is that Kendrick's not selling. Kendrick's tickets are cheap. Kendrick's not doing this. Kendrick's not doing that. Sold out.
Your thoughts wrong.
Wait, no. He just made $7 million. He just broke even on everything. He paid the arena, paid himself $3 million, paid SZA $3 million. He's cool. Like, he's good. What do you mean he's not selling?
So basically, are you saying he's basically making somewhere around like $7 to $10 million a night?
Yeah, and profiting $3 million.
God.
Profiting $3 million.
God, it's hefty.
That's crazy.
That's definitely hefty.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because we already know that the Wonder Boy, his tour was miraculously canceled when he was out there in Australia, and when reports were coming out that the tickets weren't selling, I think PR tried to pull off as much as damage control they possibly can do.
Oh yeah.
To try to say, oh no, we canceled the rest of the tour because there was conflict issues, scheduling conflicts and things like that. Like somewhere, like he had like a 2-week layoff, and it's like, so y'all plan. Listen, that's somewhere where you fire your schedule plan, your event planner, because at the end of the day, they know this and they see those gaps. Their job is to make sure that everything lines up accordingly. Yeah, I mean, Drake, you're not a rookie.
Drake, you're not a rookie.
You have 20 years in this game.
Ooh.
As crazy as it sounds to say that he has 20 years. To be more so official, okay, we're going to say, 18.
18, okay.
18 to be exact. Has 18. Give it another two to 3 years. Because I'd say into 2007, you started hearing from Drake. In 2008, you really started hearing from Drake, because that's when he did Ransom with Lil Wayne, and everything like that started like to just upward trajectory from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, bruh,
you're
not new to touring, and at this point, you're bigger. You're the biggest you've ever been, and to sit here and say that you're having scheduling conflicts when you're damn near 20 years in the game, it's crazy.
Listen, I know you said it's not, it's not all because of all the diss. It kind of is, man. It kind of is. Like Kendrick was big, before the whole diss situation, but after it and seeing how he won, he's big. He's probably at his biggest right now. Seriously.
Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl.
What?
Big as the what?
What?
Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't. To each his own. I'm gonna say that. To each his own. I don't think that his think this is going to catapult her in actually the one of the R&B goddesses realms.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And now if I could say if there's tiers, she'd definitely be a tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? Hey, like I mean, she hey, your name is up there.
She's on her way up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got the Beyoncés, the Rihannas, and then it's like this tier 2 where it's like, hey, somebody better grab the rings because you know what I mean, y'all ain't up here. But SZA is like knocking on the door of being in that realm where it's like, okay, she's revered like a Beyonce, a Rihanna, like you know what I'm saying. But
Okay.
she's knocking on the door, but she ain't there yet.
She ain't there yet. Knocking.
She ain't
okay.
there yet. She's
All right,
knocking on the door.
I'll take that.
She's knocking on the door. But on a serious note, man, we may end here, we may not, who knows. But I'm gonna just briefly touch on a subject that it's been out for a little minute, but it's one that's like near and dear to my heart. A young man who with hoop dreams, for lack of better terms, was a football player for LSU. If y'all don't know by now, Greg Brooks Jr., who played football for LSU, who found out that he had a tumor and went to get it surgically repaired, so he thought. And much like how we're functioning and everything, talking and able to, you know, do our day-to-days, he was much just like us in that sense. And when he went to go get it surgically repaired, his life was tragically altered, where he's lost all sense of his motor skills, quintessentially becoming a quadriplegic. You know, yeah, man, it's a sad story to say the least. I mean, you seeing all your dreams snatched away, like right, and it's no fault of your own. You know, it's all because of an illness that came up that you had to address. And it's like, hey, if you didn't address it, it could have been life altering, and it still ended up being life altering. Yeah. You know, he seems to still be in great spirits. He's now being interviewed, telling his story, different things of that nature. But one thing that bothered me with hearing his story, he shared with Michael Strahan in an interview some time back about basically the relationships and how they are now with some of the people that, you know, when you were healthy, they went out their way to be there. They wanted to recruit you. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. Different things like that. And granted, I know people are busy, but, you know, things all of a sudden change. So I'm going to play a little clip of him and his father on the Michael Strahan interview.
From the LSU coaching staff since October of 2023.
Specifically, Brian Kelly. My son almost lost his life, coach. Where were you? Forget about football. Pick up the phone and say you love the kid, man.
Little Greg, for you.
I just want to be known.
Did you say?
Yeah. So, like I said, that was just a little quick sampler. And the reason why I brought this up is because recently him and his father, you know, kind of shared this story again on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark doing a one-on-one. Ryan Clark has history with the father, both who had some time in the NFL. And the story hits home for me, particularly going through a life-altering situation of my own. Ex-football player, ex-football kind of star in my own right. You know, those
all
dreams.
All city.
All city.
Don't downplay it. All city.
All city. I mean, I appreciate that, man, because sometimes, like when Boosie and them here, they like to hate on it. Now, granted, it's been some years since I've had to live out those football dreams, but still, my regular life has been altered dramatically since my accident. These last 2 years, have been like a whirlwind of changes for me of how I have to approach life. And him talking about his coaches and different ones of people who just doing the simple things, like not picking up a phone just to check on you, like, hey, like, how things going, like, how are you, like, when you wanted me to come to your school, and thanks for NIL. Thank God for NIL, because when you want me to come to your school and basically put my life on the line, because that's what essentially these guys are doing. Every play, something can happen. Ryan Shazier, ex-linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a tackle altered this man's life forever. You know what I'm saying? He's just really learning how to walk again. And you talk about the man played football. This is how fast shit goes. You talk about 5-6 years ago, last time playing football. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your life can alter any second. Well, listen, me not wearing a seatbelt, life changes. You know what I'm saying? Broke my neck, cervical vertebrae shifted, pinched the nerve in my spinal cord, and basically shut down my whole body. I was paralyzed for half of a week, but it took me 2 months to learn how to walk again. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all from mentally just trying to stay positive and trying to fight, like just being determined. Going back to those rooms of being in there and being wheelchair bound, literally, like having people having to push you to each room, people having to like get you out of bed, people having to change you, wipe you, different things like that, keeping up with your hygiene. Just people that visit me kept me in good spirits or whatever like that. And I'm just hearing his story, hearing how his father was talking about him. Took me to my mother, my dad also as well, like blessed to have both parents. And it was just thinking about like how they both were considering like damn, how much they wished it was them instead. Like, and hearing his father talk and hearing him say like, yo, the thing I just wanted, hearing him say this on the pivot, just hearing him saying that, hey, I wish I could take this pain away from him. Like, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a father, different things like that, but it's like, sometimes it's like, I know, like, it's cliche for parents to say that, but I know they mean it. Because to go through it as somebody who went through it and to hear his father say that, I know because I've heard the same from my parents. It's like, I just wished it was me instead. And I know they mean it. And it's like, yo, like sometimes it's like, hey, I'm glad I'm the one going through, because I don't know what I would do if I had to see my parent go through some of the shit I had to go through. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just so, it's so damning when it's like, when you become unuseful to people and they just basically treat you like just like discarded garbage. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know,
man, discarded garbage.
It's crazy. Like,
yeah, that kind of just hit me. That I mean, I saw the pivot, I saw the interview, and I really feel for the father. You know, he really wants to take the pain away from his son because he feels like his son just doesn't deserve it. He's not that type of person to deserve what he's going through right now. And yeah, his son is really in the best spirits. He's happy for not only that he's still here, but he's happy for his teammates that they're still able to play. And you know, he's living. He said that he was living through them at this moment, living through their dreams. And I thought that was like profound. I'm just like, dude, you literally lost everything, and you're still happy. You're still wanting to see other people who are in your position that you want to be in progress and move forward.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that hits because it's like, you know, thankfully I've like lived my life long enough to a point where I'm at a point of life. No, I'm not old enough to where as though it's like damn, I wish I had damn, I wish like this didn't happen, because I'm young. I mean, I'm 35 years old, so it's like, I mean, I still have a lot of life to live, even though I'm like approaching my seniority years according to these YNs.
Damn.
Okay. but I'm still young, but I'm old enough to where as though like all that has done past, and I'm the only thing that I'm living in now is like doing this, like, but I still want to see the people around me win in a particular way. I still want to see my homies like thrive in a way, like, I mean, I don't want nobody to feel like they're handicapped because it's like, yo, man, we gotta go pick Gunna up, and he don't move around. It's like how you used to, and feel like, yo, I'm the person that's holding everything back, or whatever the case may be. Like, listen, like I tell people, go live their life. Like, I'm saying, one of the hardest like thought processes I had to go through, even though she didn't want to hear it or whatever, it was debating whether if I would have had to tell my girlfriend to go head on or not. Like, I'm saying, like, and thankfully I got the news that like, hey, you're not going to be paralyzed. Like, you're going to walk again. You know what I mean? But it's up to you. You know what I mean? Everything was up to me. Like, I'm saying, like, I mean, I'm a C3 to C7 spinal fusion, which is basically 98% of my neck is braced it up right now.
Snap.
Yeah, I mean, so, but that released the pressure off of my spinal cord, and basically saved me from being wheelchair bound. So that's by the grace of God, I'm able to walk and still do certain things like that. A lot of things that happened with this young man, him not being verbal, these are some of the things I thought about, because it's like, wow, if I was nonverbal, like, how could I have been able to tell people certain things, and to get through that, and still having the mental strength to get through that, and still like to be where he's at. He's so young, man. Prayers up to this guy, but that fit in their system a certain way.
Wait, what?
Yes. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say this organization's name to give them any light, or to even damage them even in a way, which I should really do that, because you should be wary of systems like that, because I know if what I went through happened to anybody who was even in a higher position, say the executive director or anything of that nature, they would have found a way to protect themselves through this situation. But but it sucks, man. It sucks. And the thing is, as long as you have the people who love you in your corner, the people who care about you in your corner, that's kind of all that matters. And that is what's going to mentally help you get through any hurdle. And then the belief in self and the belief in God, first and foremost. That should be first and foremost. Belief in God, belief in whatever belief system that you have, and then knowing that you have a strong support system. And everybody don't have that, but I'm thankful that I did. So with all that being said, this was another episode of the Literally Speaking Podcast, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Episode 233. You know what I'm saying? We gonna call this the half lit podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because my man said he don't dodge in the weed.
All right, listen.
No,
that's just not my thing. That's not my thing.
Legalize that shit. It's the Kings, nigga.